Pathmark is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmark qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmark to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmark.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Levi Lindsay from Hona, VP of Marketing with them. How are you doing today, Levi?
Never better. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And I'm sure our listeners are tuning in, Levi, wondering what Hona is all about. So let's kick it off with that. In your own words, can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah. If you've ever gone through a legal case as a client, you know it can be a very cumbersome process, a lengthy process. You're always wondering what's going on, and you don't know what a paralegal does. You don't know what the next step for your case is. We allow you to track your legal case like you would an Amazon package, which helps the client stay in the know and to not wonder what's going on with their case. And it helps the lawyers to automate all of the redundancies that might go into educating their clients and communicating with their clients, and allows them to focus more on what actually builds a relationship and take care of their client.
Super important. Okay. And so then that way our listeners get a good understanding there of Hona. Then, Levi, what would you say then is the key problem that you guys like to solve for clients?
For lawyers, it's really just automating those redundant tasks, like getting a phone call and saying, hey, what is a paralegal and why are they contacting me? Or, hey, what's the next step in my case? It automates the education, and also as the case updates, it automatically sends updates to their clients. And so now clients can be more proactive with their communication with their clients. Sorry, I don't know if I said lawyers can be more proactive with communication with their clients.
That's what you said. Okay, perfect. And so, I mean, don't want to assume here, but what would that be the only vertical segment that you guys go for, or is there another ICP for you guys there at home?
Currently, it's all within the legal space and niched within personal injury, immigration, some criminal law, and mass tort.
That's okay. Perfect. Awesome. And so then how would somebody in the legal world find out about Hona? Is there a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
Right now, it's conferences, trade shows all over the country. I mean, we're going to, geez, probably 30 in the next few months before the end of the year. So that's definitely our top acquisition channel outside of like BDR's cold calling, I would say, currently. But we're going to crack open every acquisition channel we can in the next few months to start testing to see how else we can feed the funnel.
Definitely. That's quite a few conferences you're going to go through, and then in the next couple of months, getting good luck with traveling.
Next week is just six alone. Just next week, it's going to be wild.
Oh wow, yeah, that's quite a few. So that way our listeners then who are tuned in, Levi, could go ahead and visit you. They could always check you guys out at Hona.com. What role then does the website play for client acquisition?
Right now we haven't gotten as granular as we need to with like landing pages and everything. It really is just our homepage. And our messaging will start to get more refined. Our visual identity will start to come out here in the next few months, like I said. But right now it's it's just a basic like homepage with a requested demo and then like our integration partners and some information about us.
Okay, perfect. All right, I like that. So is there any tools then or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
Oh, for lead gen, I think organic LinkedIn is always slept on. Finding leads is a byproduct of just being on LinkedIn and being present on LinkedIn, not necessarily directly talking about what you do, but getting on there and providing value, watching the leads roll in as a byproduct. I don't think people talk about that nearly enough.
Okay.
And then TikTok is another one that I think, especially in the B2B space, people don't understand that can be a good channel. But it's 50% millennials, and it outperformed Google in 2022 for most visited site. So I think TikTok's another one that I think people should consider in the B2B space. Not necessarily for going on there, like I said, and just hitting in with direct response, but going on there and creating funny content, educational content.
Definitely. Okay. Awesome to hear that then. And so let's switch gears then a little bit, and let's talk about you as a leader there at Hona. I mean, you mentioned a couple of months there in Hona, but what are some key tasks that you're focusing on your day-to-day work right now?
Right now, so I've only been here a little under a month. And right now we're conducting client interviews to figure out hey, how'd you find us? How'd you hear about us? How would you potentially hear about us? So just taking a step back and even testing out some of our taglines that we've kind of played around with, to see if they like them and if it resonates with them, before we start running ads and before we start modifying our current copy on our website and with our trade show booth assets. So just a lot of market research, taking a step back, making sure our why is defined and building a good brand guide. Very just kind of redoing the foundation before I build a house right now.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. I love that. And so then, how do you then, I mean, you mentioned right now, right? You go through some LinkedIn, some TikTok, but is that your preferred channels to stay updated with all the news in the marketing world as far as trends, strategies, or is there another channel that you like to go with?
For me, it's TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn are the channels I hang out too much on.
Definitely. Okay. Well, awesome. All right. And then, well, let's switch into our next section then here at Levi, which is our rapid fire question rounds. Are you ready for them?
Ready.
All right. Perfect. Awesome. So first off then is, what is the last book that you read?
Oh, I think it was Green Lights. It was either Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey or it was Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, the Nike founder.
Okay, interesting reads there. Love it. Next up then is, what is one single thing that your company's focused on at the moment the most?
Sorry, say that again?
Yes, what is one single thing that your company's focused on at the moment the most?
That Hona is focused on the most?
Right.
I would say top of funnel strategy, feeding leads into the funnel for sales. I think most companies that stick to direct response find out that well dries up. And so building a better long-term and short-term strategies to feed sales leads.
Okay, interesting. I like that. And so then if there's one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
Oh man. Probably hosting content.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Like that. So, I mean, kind of similar then is, so if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
Oh man, I would constantly want to understand. I mean, there's no bounds on technology. I would want to be able to read the minds of my ICP.
I think every marketer out there, right? Definitely. Sure. All right, awesome. And well, lastly then here, Levi, is, I mean, you have the experience in the marketing world, but what would be that one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
Oh man. I would say to just focus on creating as much content as possible, and just to remember, done is better than perfect.
Definitely. Okay. Awesome. Great to hear that then. And well, Levi, we are coming to the end of our show today, but before we do end, I do want to give you the last word. Say someone forgets everything about the interview today. What is that one thing they should remember about Hona?
Watch out for us. We're coming. We'll be a big player that you'll definitely be hearing about.
Definitely would agree. I mean, after going through that Series A, with the raising of those funds, definitely you guys are here to stay. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And well, I do want to thank you, Levi, for being on, as well as to our listeners for tuning in. And I'm looking forward to our next episode here at Path Monk Presents. Thanks a lot, Levi.
Thank you.